Agents are struggling to generate business in this market. We are in the middle of a unit recession, meaning there's just not enough home selling and there are still too many agents in most every market. In today's video, I want to go through the 8 things that you can do to generate business, either low cost or no cost, into 2025. And every one of these 8 strategies are things that I would do myself personally. And we have someone in our community that are doing these methods at a very high level, selling 1 to 2 plus homes per month for all of these 8 methods. Number 1 are for sale by owners, specifically sending direct mail to for sale by owners and just becoming a resource. So you send out a direct mail piece and you follow up with a phone call. Did you get that free FSBO guide that I sent over? Great. Did you have any questions? What do you think? Eventually, you're going to get invited in for a listing consultation because you are not banging them over the head with the phone to try to get an appointment. You are the resource and they will see you as a valued and trusted advisor. And that's the way you set yourself apart from for sale by owners in the market. These don't cost anything either. FSBOs are easy to find because they're the ones trying to advertise themselves. They're putting their email, they're putting their cell phone online, and it's easy to find. So become a resource to for sale by owners and you will sell 1 to 2 plus homes per month. One of our members, Mark, he consistently would sell 25 plus homes per year to for sale by owners with very little money invested, over a 20x return on investment ROI. So definitely you want to have for sale by owners in your arsenal. Number 2, use Instagram to document your days, meaning simply capture shots of you preparing for a listing appointment, you doing a showing and there's like a weird setup where a toilet is pointed the wrong way. Post funny captions on your Instagram stories and invite people into the insanity of what it looks like to be a real estate agent. You can turn one client that you're working with into 13 or more posts. In fact, we have a member, Belle, who would sell, she does a lot of transactions, over 75 transactions per year, but almost half of her business comes from her business Instagram account simply because she's just documenting the insane stuff that we see as real estate agents. So, and she does this in about a 30-minute time block once per day. She's documenting, taking pictures or video of things that she's coming into contact with. You know, if she's preparing purchase agreement or reviewing a repair agreement on the side of a highway because it has a time deadline, she's documenting it and posting it on an Instagram story. The key here is consistency. You need to be consistent with this method for it to work. So document your days on IG. 3 are open houses. We have a member doing over 250,000 of gross commission every year simply with a structured open house system. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's an old school method. It doesn't work anymore, or I don't want to do open houses. Listen, if you put me back into production, now granted, I had got out of production. I actually sold my real estate sales business in 2020, and I was able to build leverage before that where I stopped doing deals, but I had agents that were successfully doing open houses. The key here is consistency. Everything thrives with consistency. If you commit to doing an open house every week for the next 52 weeks, you will do over 250,000 GCI. You may be thinking, I don't have any listings right now. Find a brokerage that's collaborative that will allow you to hold open listings of other agents and just contact those agents and say, hey, listen, I'm new to the business or I'm ramping up my business. I want to hold open houses. You should have a proven system, you know, that you can show them to hold open houses that will drive demand for that house. Then they'll be happy to give over that task to you as a value add to their seller. So open houses, just like any other system, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. The caveat here is that we use open houses in our $1 Million Agent Method program as a tool to get more sellers. So what we'll do is that we'll door knock around an open house, not like door knock in the painful, like go to a random neighborhood, but essentially meet the neighbors on the Friday afternoon or the Thursday afternoon before a Saturday or Sunday open house. We're going to door knock 25, 25, 50, 25 doors to the left, 25 doors to the right, 50 across the street, 100 doors all together. Hey neighbor, this is your friendly neighborhood expert real estate agent, Lars. You know, knock, knock, knock. I am holding an open house at 123 Main Street. I wanted to invite you to come see the home. Maybe you can help me pick your neighbor, your new neighbor, right? That's all you're going to do. And you can also circle prospect around that neighborhood and use the same script. Hey, I'm holding an open house Saturday at 2 p.m. I wanted to invite you to the open house to come see the home. Maybe you can help pick your new neighbor. That's it. Make sure they know your name. Make sure you've got all the signage. We put like 40 plus signs out, the feather signs on the property. Those are out as early as the neighborhood will allow you to put them out. And all the directionals are like lined up on all the major arteries. And we even have a system for that, right? The reason open houses don't work for most agents is that they don't have a system around it. So that is open houses, good for 250,000 GCI per year if you commit to using it like a true system. Number 4, Facebook Lives. We've got a member that took 30 listings in 90 days simply by going live on Facebook every day. A few strategies or tactics here to be aware of. Invite business owners into these Facebook Lives. Let's say you get juice every morning or coffee every morning. Go to the indie-owned stores in your community, or you're getting lunch, or you get your dry cleaning, and do a Facebook Live. Hey everyone, I use ABC Dry Cleaner. These guys have been around for 20 years. Here's the owner, Jim, say hi. I just wanted to give a shout out. These guys do a great job. I had this, stain on my suit and they were able to get it out, right? You don't have to overthink this. You just got to commit to the consistency of doing it. Again, as per the document your days on Instagram, this is a little bit of that as well. These are 2 to 3 minute videos where, hey, I just had this situation come up with a seller. Here's how I navigated it. If you're in a real estate transaction, and this comes up, this is how you might want to approach it, right? There's an infinite amount of topics you can do. And this thing doesn't cost anything. You go on Facebook, you just hit live, and either you're doing, direct to camera, or you're documenting something. You turn the camera around and you're documenting like, oh man, look at this beautiful home. I just listed it, bop, 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 right? Again, the consistency is what wins here. Most people don't like doing lives, but if you commit to doing it, it will work. Number 5, your Google business profile. We have a member, she just unpacked this to our entire community. Does 1 transaction per month using simply her Google business profile just by setting it up the right way. We also have another system to get Google reviews. I recommend getting at least 100 Google reviews, and just make sure you set up your Google business profile. You do this by registering your business with Google, and then on your phone in the Google Maps app, you look up your business and you can make all of your edits there. Make sure you have your business hours, the zip codes of the areas that you service. The secret tip on getting deals from Google Business is to treat it like a social platform. So the same content that you're posting about, I just took a listing here, or I just closed on that property, or here's a spring cleaning tip, or here's a market update, put all of that content on your Google Business profile. Google loves when you're using their platform to put content out there because it drives people to stuff that's on their platform, right? The name of the game with these platforms is to keep eyeballs in the platform, including just Google itself. And that system, that takes a little bit of time to set up and maybe an extra minute to maintain because you're already doing social content, a minute more per day, because you should be posting multiple times per day. That will generate a transaction per month. If you're in a market where it's a 400,000 average price point, 2.5% average commission, that's $10,000 for less than 5 minutes per day, and maybe 60 minutes to set it up the right way. So make sure your Google business profile is going to help you win going forward. 6 is host community events. We have a member who has a database of 250 people in the database. Her entire strategy is every other month, she picks a community event and she invites everyone in her database to that community event. And a lot of it's based on music. She really is a lover of music, and they have these indie bands that come out, kind of like a Live After 5 type setup, where she basically just says, hey, I'm going to see, ABC band at the Live After 5, and I'm going to be there an hour early, with a voucher for a free ice cream at, XYZ ice cream. If you're going to make it, I'll see you there, and that's the outreach 6 times per year around free community events. And if she has 20 people out of the 250 people show up and it's a $10 ice cream, it costs her $200 to an event that she will go to anyway. Here's the cool thing, being an introvert, she doesn't actually even sit with these people. So these are her inner circle, people that know, like, and trust her. She invites them to come to the event. She's going to give them a free ice cream, and she doesn't have to host a more grand and more expensive like drinks and food and a ticket to the event. They're free events anyway, but she gets the credit with even the 90% of folks that aren't going to come, probably 95%. She gets credit for reminding them that there are cool things going on in the community. Now, to build a list, she used a Google Sheet. So it's not a complicated build out. We like to overcomplicate. We say we over entrepreneur things because, if free works, or if I could just use, I don't even need a CRM, a complicated AI driven CRM, I can build it on Google Sheets and it doesn't cost any money. I don't like it. I want to spend money and generate leads, right? That's how we think as entrepreneurs. This is not that. Don't overthink this. Build a list and just invite them to community events and it will work. 7 is a weekly market update. I think it is irresponsible to be a real estate agent, a real estate expert, and to not go live and record a video on Loom where you're sharing your market updates, your market stats. Typically, they're available through MLS, or you can use a service like Keeping Current Matters for more nationwide statistics. Regardless, you have to figure out a way every Friday to do a home market update. And yeah, in your database, you can have the auto-driven, market snapshots, or sending them homes that are either pended or closed or in their neighborhood or whatnot. That is not what I'm talking about. It's putting yourself in a position where you're the authority and online, and you're also going to take this recording and you're going to email it out to your database where they know that if they have a question about the market, oh yeah, Lars is the one that sends me that weekly market update. And this is your inner circle database, but also any seller leads or buyer leads that you're generating during your new business development time. You just put a tag on them and the emails go out to them as well. And you're also putting these on all of your social channels. And I like Loom for this. You can also use a service like StreamYard and actually go live to the different platforms, which is pretty cool. I like live because you can't wordsmith it. You can't mess up. So I'm typically, if I mess up, my editor might try to cut those things out, but if I go crazy on a video, likely he's just going to leave it in there because it just shows me and my style, and I'm just not perfect. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't have all the right words. I'm not trying to be, just trying to add value, right? So that's all you're trying to do in these weekly market updates, is just add value, and you'll actually put a little bit of pressure on yourself, not to look good or say all the right things, but to actually know the market. So you'll up your standards as well, and you will truly become the real estate expert in your market. Number 8, and this is another extension of our database touch blueprint, and all of this has been around 2 of our lead gen levers: database touch blueprint and agent brand authority builder. But number 8 are giveaways, and these are sponsored by vendors. And these go really well with the community events, the free community events that you invite others with. That was the 6th idea that I talked about. These are giveaways, so you can have a Yeti cooler giveaway. Your lender buys the Yeti cooler and all the ancillary things that go along with it. And you're basically in the opposite of the community events. So 6 community events every year, 6 giveaways, alternating months. You're either inviting them to register for a giveaway or you're inviting them to a community event. Neither of these cost you any money. And once a month, you're reaching out to everyone in your database and saying, hey, I want to give you something, of value, or register you in this giveaway, or I want to invite you to this community event. Right? It's all about adding value and making sure that they know when it's time to ask a question about real estate, you're there. You are the authority and you've been their trusted advisor all along. We had a member do Adirondack chairs in the fall. 2 Adirondack chairs and a fire pit, the fire pit giveaway, right? A little bit more expensive, but if you do some business and you're giving loans, your buyers are using your lender, they make a lot of money. Cool thing is, on sponsorships, they have a different pot of money within banks usually that, some lenders will buy you leads, Zillow leads, right? That's a different pot of money. It's highly regulated. Sponsorships are under a different bucket. So it's easier to get them to sponsor these giveaways. And you could just approach 2 lenders, your favorite lender first, and say, hey, listen, I'm going to be doing these giveaways. I need about $1,000 every other month to do this tactic. Will you do it with me? If not, I've got another lender, we can do 500 if you want to do the whole 1,000, and they'll do it, right? So another no cost, a little bit of sweat equity. You want to do this on social, you want to send out emails, you want to get creative around this. But all of these 8 ways, the thing I love about all of them, they're all proven. We have members that are doing all of these at a high level to generate 1 to 2 plus transactions per month. You can't do all of them at once, but you can ultimately do all of them, just layer them in over time so that you can build a business that is fun, that is highly lucrative. Now, granted, some of these aren't the most leveraged. So if you wanted to build a business that did $1 million, $2 million, $3 million of gross commission income, likely that you couldn't do all of this yourself, but maybe you have agents under you that could do some of these tactics as well. They could do the open houses. You can continue to do the high leverage activities like Facebook Lives, the community events, the giveaways, the market updates. Well, actually, all of these are highly leveraged. It's really just calling for sale by owners. That's a little bit of, you need to make sure you stay on it. You could certainly do the Instagram strategy. You just increase your followers. That's highly leveraged. Open houses, not as leveraged, but you can have junior agents run your open houses for you. So I take that back. These are all highly leveraged. Listen, I get it. This is a lot. If you need help with systems and putting this stuff in place in your business, we have a 13-week build out. We call it the $1,000,000 Agent Method. Just go to $1,000,000agentmethod.com and we'll just do a consult and basically just see if you're a fit for what we do. We'll go through what it takes to work with us, exactly how the program is laid out, where you're at, where you want to go, what's holding you back. And if it makes sense for us to work together, we'll talk about it, what the investment looks like. And we've been doing this for a long time. We've helped thousands of agents grow and scale their businesses. And maybe you're next. Go to $1,000,000agentmethod.com and we'll see you over there.